Welcome back to Acadiana's Morning News, and joined by none other but Steve Peloquin from ESPN 1420. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fabulous.
You
look it.
Did you travel this weekend?
Yes, and I'm traveling again next weekend.
Okay.
And I'm likely traveling again the next weekend.
Okay.
And then hopefully I'm traveling the next weekend, and then I'm really hopeful that I'm going to travel the next weekend.
That's what I'm hoping for, too.
Yeah.
So give us a rundown. Some good news for women's softball.
Yes, indeed. Completed a 3-game sweep of ULM. Cajuns closed the season on a 10-game win streak. They finished the regular season 42-6, 23-1 in Sun Belt Conference play. They'll be the number 1 seed in the upcoming Sun Belt Conference tournament.
Awesome.
They'll play Thursday. They draw a first-day bye along with Texas State. The tournament gets underway Wednesday. They'll play Thursday at 10 a.m. against either South Alabama, UTA, or Coastal Carolina, and it's going to be a big tournament for the Cajuns because they still have hopes maybe of hosting an NCAA regional.
Yeah.
But to do that, they're going to need a little help, and they're going to have to take care of business in Troy, Alabama.
You know what I find? I find season after season, Coach Michael O'Teef very serious about what his players do. You Google his name, all it is about his hitting style and what he coaches. But when it comes to this time of year, and the girls do so good, there's definitely some excitement. There's definitely some excitement for him too.
Yeah, a lot of excitement. He gets his team ready, all throughout the course of the year. They play every weekend like it's a regional. They play it, if you lose the first game, come back and win the next 2, and it's like a super regional format. So he gets the mindset of this team going from back in February.
So it's nothing new once it actually happens.
No, and I think that's one of the keys to their success. But, they're playing great softball right now. They set a school record for the most conference victories in a single season. That's after losing 3 games that were canceled in Boone, North Carolina against Appalachian State early in the year. So again, they're just playing great softball. The all Sun Belt Conference teams will come out tomorrow evening. I expect for DJ Sanders to be named Player of the Year. I think that's kind of a foregone conclusion. Alex Stewart has a chance to win Pitcher of the Year. It's either going to be her or Randy Rupp of Texas State, but expect 4 or 5 Cajuns to be on that team, and should be, because, they ran away with the league championship this year. So, number of Cajuns should be mentioned on the all-conference team.
So you follow these teams, and you see what the other ones do, maybe not play-by-play for the other teams, but, it's just us 3 talking here. What do you think? Do you think they really have a shot? Could they do it if they go all the way?
Well, it's going to be difficult to be honest with you, because there have only been a handful of teams, not even a handful. There have been about 3 teams that east of the Mississippi that have ever won the College World Series. It's traditionally been West Coast.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to imply that, everybody's out to get us or anything, but the NCAA does it, and it's not an anti-UL thing. It's kind of an anti-Power 5 thing. Let's face it, the SEC, the Big 12, the Pac-12, all those big conferences control all the money when it comes to football and whatnot. So they're going to be given a little bit of benefit of the doubt when it comes to regional host sites and pairings and all that good stuff. But, the whole goal is to get back to the College World Series, a place that they've been, 3 times since 2003. And once you get there, anything can happen. I'll say this. The way this team is playing right now, really, I'd stack them up against anybody in the country.
Wow. Awesome. What about baseball this weekend?
Baseball, not as good. Lost 2 out of 3 to Georgia Southern. That's really disappointing considering the fact it was at home. Last week, you lose to UTA, you get swept. They're not making excuses for them, but they played a lot of road games this year. It was on the road. It was during finals week, so you can kind of,
always tough.
Yeah, you can kind of understand, a little bit, not excusing it totally, but this past weekend you win the first game and then you lose the last 2, 5 out of 6 in conference play. You just got to be better than that. And, now an opportunity for them to close out the regular season, maybe with some victories. They have 2 weeks left of the regular season, and they got to get back to the point that they were playing at prior to the UTA series. They went into that UTA series winning 9 straight games. They got to get back playing at that point, and that's pitching, hitting, fielding, and base running, all being consistent and playing really well all at one time.
At the same time. All right, Stevie P, ESPN 1420. Our pleasure as always.
Yes, indeed.